Good morning, Miss Jackie. How are you doing this morning?
Wonderful. How are you?
Very well. Thank you so much for having us today. We wanted to get a little chance to meet you here in your element and just to know a little bit more about the children's ministry. So, how long exactly have you started?
I've been leading the children's church for almost 3 years now. It's been a fun adventure.
Awesome, awesome. And what excites you the most about working with the kids?
I love that for a lot of these kids, coming up to children's church is their first experience with church and with God, and we get to take this blank slate and help teach them everything that we can in the time we've got.
That is great. That is great. Now, do you involve the parents in any way in the ministry or in the experience?
They aren't, I wouldn't say they're directly involved, but we do keep them informed. We like to let them know things we have upcoming, how things went in the class. You know, when they bring their kids up, we'll let them know, your kid was great today. Here's the project we made. Here's the lesson we learned. We like to make sure that they're up to date on what we're teaching the children.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now, just curious, how exactly, or is it the passion of yours? Is it something is there something in your childhood experience that helped you shape, I guess, the way you are today and to be able to work with the children the way you do?
Oh, absolutely. My mom was very involved with the church, and because she was involved, all of her children were involved. So growing up, I attended all the children's churches, the Sunday schools, VBS, everything like that. And then once I was too old to participate in them, the very next year, I was helping with handling the children's church and the VBS and helping out in the nursery. So I spent a lot of time in the children's ministry as a child and a teenager, and I feel like that really gave me a lot of background to use for what I'm doing today.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I feel like the NTCC is really, really blessed to have you. So, in that, what are some of the things, or trying to get to know you a little bit more outside of the ministry? Do you have any passions outside that you'd like to share?
I like to read. That's probably the thing I'm most passionate of outside of the church. I read constantly all sorts of different books. I've always got an audio book and an ebook and a paperback floating around somewhere. So that's what I do with most of my time.
Nice, nice. Now, getting back to the job at hand, how do you handle a child that's consistently disruptive in the group and giving problems?
So we have incentive programs for the kids. So we have what we call the marble jar. Every kid gets a marble for showing up. They get a marble for bringing their Bible. They get 3 marbles for bringing a friend the first time. As they fill the jar up, once the jar gets filled, they get to have a party of their choice. We're currently working towards an ice cream party. But if the kids are disruptive, or not listening or following directions, we will take away marbles, and that usually gets the message across pretty quickly when they realize they just set themselves back a week or two in marbles to get in that party. So that's mostly their incentive there, to behave well. But we let them know that whatever behavior they're doing is unacceptable and why, and what we can do instead with the way they're feeling or acting as well.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I guess the question would be, in the aspect of working with the children, what do you find most challenging?
I would say trying to get all the kids here every week to be able to consistently teach them from the Bible. It's not something we have a whole lot of control over, but it's really great when we get kids who come every single week and we get that constant interaction with them, and we're able to give them more knowledge and more understanding of the Bible and being a Christian. So it's a little bit harder to get all the messages across when we don't get them every week. but we do our best to make sure that we're getting the important messages across to all the children.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Well, only one thing else we think we are thinking about is as far as the ministry and the future of the ministry. Are there any skills in the ministry where you guys are actively trying to grow or would like to grow?
I feel like we're always trying to do new things up here. We're trying to find new ways to be interactive with the lessons with the children. I know that we're working on some big plans for VBS this upcoming year. We're going to try to get them really involved with maybe some plays and some skits. We're trying to expand our activities for them to keep everything new and interesting for them, and make sure that we're providing them with enough activity to keep them engaged for the entire lesson.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mrs. Jackie, again for having us and allowing us to get to know you a little bit better, and also the ministry. Thank you again for all your hard work in the community, and continue to be blessed.
Of course, thank you so much for having me.